get to drive this baby. Jeez. Let's get out of here. Well, today's the big day. It's time to head into the bank, almost here. And you're gonna write a really big check. Biggest check I've ever wrote, that's for sure. But it's a good day. It's a good day, it's a special day. So, talk to you guys then. Well, that only hurt a lot. So, on my way home, and then just gotta wait. It's just a waiting game now. I got the DMV appointment is scheduled for 12:30. You gotta be there 12:15, 30-minute drive. My buddy's picking me up at like 11:30. Get there early, and after that, sign a ton of paperwork and get a new car. Big day, big day. Nothing better. Florida traffic. Can't peel them. Make sure you at least mess them up. No tracking on this. Last thing you want after you sell something is for it to come back and tell you, oh, got shipped to the wrong place because there was a tracking number on there that wasn't supposed to be there. So, ripped, fucked up, and the new boy. That's going on. Only Santa could do a better job wrapping this. That is supreme. Alright, I'm gonna switch up the fit for this cold 90-degree day in Florida. Let's get a car. Uber's here. Not actually an Uber, whatever. Is I've done most of the things I could think about it being changed rotors, brake pads, gotten alignment. The only thing I really haven't done is see if it's a stuck caliper, which I don't think it is because the car's not pulling left or right. But I think it might be the front tires because they're massively bald already. Check this out. Come on. Watch my hand. Look at this thing shake, man. Oh my god. And it stops. It stops if I start going fast enough. But I'm not gonna do all that, you know. So we're not in Mexico today, but check this out. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Shakes the whole car. Right, so small complications, still in the Genesis, obviously, that have led to me driving down to Boca, which I live in Orlando, so that's about 3 hours, and the office in Orlando closes at 5 p.m. So do some quick math. It's currently, it's not 3:37, that's off by 2 hours. It's 1:37, which means I have approximately, 4 hours. Not enough time, if you do the math there, so I'm gonna drive the speed limit and, make it there in time. If I can't make it all the way back to Orlando, I'm going to try to stop in Palm Beach County since that's where my license is. At their tax collector, I have all the paperwork registered correctly. I have all the paperwork here with me. I have the title, I have all that. I need to get it registered before anything closes to have the car home today. So, small problems possibly be able to be fixed. Possibly not. Might have to wait till tomorrow, which I really don't want to do, so I'm going to do my best to get there right now if this truck would stop trying to merge into my lane. Right, small complication, done, finished. If you believe it, you remember that clock's 2 hours ahead. Made it down to Boca and back in, an hour. Totally, 100% did that. Yeah, no, I didn't do that. So after making like 100 million calls, I called, just by the chance of it, I called the company that I took the loan from. That was the problem, was the loan company, sort of. Whatever. Called the loan company to make sure I had all their details for when I went into the DMV. And I asked them, I said, you know, they're asking me for all these details, and he says, you don't even need to include us on the title because it's an unsecured, privately funded loan. So, not going to Boca now, going back to the DMV. Well, actually, I'm going to go home and I'm going to print something. I need a new bill of sale. I'm going to fill all that out correctly. We're going to adjust some stuff. And then I hit the DMV. I can go right back to where I went, which is out of my district, but it doesn't really matter. And get the car again. All right, I'll talk to you if I have an update. And registered.
Stand by.
That's a fake flex. She's leaving me. I couldn't be more happy, honestly. Literally not in a million years did I think I would be able to say that I just bought a Lotus Evora. Grateful doesn't cut it. I mean, it's crazy. But I guess when you put your mind to something, you have good family behind you. Anything's possible, you know? Another day, same rain. But get to drive the car, at least. Not ideal conditions. But it'll still do. Update. Just walked to the garage and there was somebody parked out in front of it. Whatever. I'm gonna walk to the leasing office, see what I can do. Bye. Alright, took a picture of the plate. Didn't take a picture of the tag, with the little hang tag. I couldn't find it. Now without that, now I'm walking back. Then we gotta go back. A lot of walking. Alright, here we go again. All the way back. Also, just remembered I have a final today at like 12. Haven't studied, haven't been to the class. Hope they pass. Don't want to have to retake it. Don't want to have paid for it for no reason. So, please God, hopefully I know the material. And then, I think I haven't done the homework either, but I work today, so I don't know when I'm going to do the homework. All things considered, looking good. It's go time. Quick pit stop, pick up some eggs, and I'm back on the road. It is hot as fuck in Florida right now. It is like 10 a.m. and it's 88 degrees. Don't live here. Alright, egg run is done. Don't have much time here before the final, so let's get cooking. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm sweating. I'm sweating at 10 in the morning, just in case you don't believe how hot it is. It's fucking hot, man. Alright, just finished the test up. I had to drive the Genesis to school because I don't have a parking pass yet for the Lotus. Technically, I don't have a parking pass for this car, but it's expired, so any pass is better than no pass, so I figured I'd run with this one. But yeah, heading home now, and then I gotta get back out on the road, and then after that I have work, and then after that I have to go to sleep, and that's my day. So just got out of the car, and engine, I think, well, the engine was definitely running hot, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the AC originally I thought was the problem. We have a big squirrel problem here, by the way, it's kind of funny. But yeah, originally I thought it was the AC, because the AC was blowing mad hot. I was like, man, this shit fucking sucks. So I finally just turned off the AC, rolled windows down. I thought I was gonna have to get the AC recharged, which maybe I do, honestly. The car's super low miles though, so I don't think that it would need its AC charged. But then again, last owner like barely drove it, and the owner before that drove it even less. So I don't know. Maybe it does need to be recharged, but yeah. The last owner said he had it serviced like 800 miles ago, so they would have seen that the coolant level was low. But it kind of smells like antifreeze, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna check it. Not gonna take it into work today. Just drive the Genesis there. And yeah, I gotta figure this out, because I can't have a car with no coolant in it in Florida. It's only 99 degrees out here today, so it's a really good running temperature for cars. Tell you what, it is really weird driving this car after driving the Evora, because the clutch is so different and the shift knob is so different, like position wise and feel wise. It's like driving a completely different car, honestly. Oh wait, duh. But yeah, no, the clutch is like, I don't know, it feels like I'm stepping on a ladybug. What a stupid analogy. But yeah, no, the clutch is so light on this car, it's crazy. Especially compared to the Evora. It's a dual mass flywheel, so it makes sense. I don't know if the Evora is single mass or if it's just a heavier clutch to push in. Is a V6, this is a V4. I don't know, things add up, but at the same time, just like crazy weird to drive this car after driving that one, given the difference. And definitely speed wise, completely different, and sound wise. So basically, completely different car, which it is. So that's good, I guess. On my way to work, and I don't know, probably won't be out for like, I don't know, 8 hours. So should be a good time. At least I get to make some money to pay off this car. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, several hours later, here we are. Can't get sick of that. Just gotta pop the little clippy boys. And this guy comes out, just like that. Alright, that is the cover taken off. And believe it or not, she is still not ambient temperature. Sometimes the seals on these guys can go, so I gotta check that. But if we look in there, that is not looking too full. In fact, it is empty. That's not a good sign. Right, so coolant empty, completely gone. Which means either they did a coolant flush on this car, which I really fucking doubt, or there's a leak in the system, which could be one of 10 places at the minimum. Could have a leak. Let's set you way up here. Could have a leak, possibly in the lines themselves. Could just be that this guy has had a leaky seal the whole time, which caused it to lose coolant, but I really doubt that. It could be
the heating core, which could make sense because it kind of smelled like antifreeze in the car. Maybe. I mean, it could have smelled like anything, honestly. It could have just smelled like hot engine. Didn't smell that much like antifreeze. So, game plan is throw some coolant in the car. If it sucks it all up, definitely a leak in the system. That's the game plan. Early tomorrow morning. See you then. Hey, I'm here from the future. I'm editing the video right now, and I was definitely loopy in some of these clips after working. Just talking a bunch of nonsense, honestly. So I failed to mention that I searched the forum later on, and there's one other guy I saw that had the same problem. He bought a Lotus used, and the reservoir ended up being pretty much empty. No idea why. He took it to have the radiator, like the line, checked for a leak, and the dealer couldn't find anything. Topped it off and never had another problem. So we're just gonna roll with that's what the problem was for now, since the coolant levels are holding steady. Spoiler alert! Oh my god. I mean, if it ever drops down, well, it's a problem for another day. So, bye from the future. New day, same weather. Oh, we got some sun today. All right, so this went from a early tomorrow morning thing to a early 10 p.m. tomorrow morning thing. Just got off the phone with like 3 different Lotus dealerships, asked all of them what they put in the car. They all said it's Toyota Pink coolant. The manual says Halvoline, which is some brand that you can't find literally anywhere. They call like Pep Boys and AutoZone, whatever else not. And yeah, apparently you can't find that stuff anywhere. So Lotus is telling me one thing, the owner's manual is telling me a whole different thing. I'm gonna go check what's in the car. I'm gonna go check if it's pink or orange. I hope it's pink, I guess, because at least I can find some Toyota coolant. But I don't understand. The owner's manual says the only approved product is orange, and it's like I can find it online on Amazon, because obviously Amazon has literally everything under the fucking sun. But I mean, I don't want to have to order it and wait 2 days because I'm an impatient millennial or something like that. That's what they keep telling me, at least. But at least if it's Halvoline or, you know, some pink coolant, some generic stuff I can find at like AutoZone, and it won't run me like $30 or something. I just don't understand why it's empty. I spoke to the guy who had the car before this. He said he never noticed a leak, so maybe a hose popped off. That would be like best case scenario, which I say best case scenario, but then I have to find where the hose popped off. So we're at the garage. Let's see what color that coolant is. I think it was pink from what I remember. All right, back in. So you guys can't really see in there, but that looks like it is pink coolant. Yeah, you can't really see in there, but it looks like it's pink coolant. So maybe the dealerships are right. Who would have thought? I'm gonna do some light inspection over there. Make sure I'm putting the right coolant in. I don't want to be mixing colors, making a rainbow, making some salmon in my coolant reservoir. So, I mean, I guess there's not much left, but let's double check. All right, I'm like 95% sure that's pink coolant. So we're gonna roll with that. I'm gonna probably get some like Preston or something. I think it's what it's called. So we're gonna head over to the geniuses over at AutoZone and see if they can type into their little, you know, tippity-typey computers, and it's, you know, see if it pops up with like Lotus Evora coolant, generic, I guess. I mean, I don't want it to be generic, but get some extended life coolant or something like that. And I mean, hope for the best. If I hear, you know, puddles flooding on my floor, we know it's a popped hose or popped off hose.
or maybe it popped hose. But I don't know, it seems kind of unlikely. It's super possible that there's like some sort of leak in the system, and you know, so if you don't know how coolant works, that's a closed loop. It's not supposed to ever lose coolant. It's all recycled pretty much. So if there's air in the system, your car will overheat, but it should go to a max point really quick. And this guy said he's never had overheat problems, so I don't think that there's air in the system. But if there's a leak in the system, there would be air in the system. What else? The coolant reservoir, once it gets too low and the engine can no longer cool itself, it's gonna start sucking that shit dry. So for it to be completely empty makes sense, but how it got to that point is up in the air. I mean, it's like I said, I just got to throw some in there. If it's gone by tomorrow morning, there's definitely a leak, because I'm not going to be driving it. I mean, I will drive it to work today, but you know, it's not going to be anything super stress testy. So if it's completely gone by tomorrow morning, I assume that there's a hose that's popped off, or some giant gash in a hose or something, or I don't know. On this car, the engine takes like 40 hours to pull. If it's something behind the engine you can only access by pulling the engine, totally fucking screwed. That's like I think it's something like $9,000 to replace a clutch because of labor costs. So I'm just gonna keep topping it with coolant if that's the case, but I have pretty high doubts of like a major coolant issue. I live in Florida, so there's no way, I just don't expect it to be the heater core, honestly. There's no way this guy was running around with his hot air on. I mean, it's fucking fuming here all the time. Like, even in winter, it's like 75 degrees during the day, minimum. So, start with coolant, see where it takes me. Hopefully don't have to buy more. Hopefully it doesn't become a money pit. We shall see. Coolant secured. Apparently, not literally, it's just flying around the car. And heading home. Back to the garage. And we're back. So, dude at AutoZone says, you know, the AutoZone geniuses, first didn't know which type of coolant. They don't even have my car in the system. But he did give me a good recommendation of some, whatever this is, nonsense. It was only like $4 and I can always return it, but he said it goes to, like one of the, what's it called? He said it goes to the heater core line, which he thinks is here, which I don't think that's it. Let's see, no, that's to the intake, so there you go. Busted the genius already. It could be this. Could be this one. Might have to call Lotus, get some recommendation from them. I think I'm gonna climb in here. 50 kilograms. I don't even know how much that is in pounds in British people. Okay, so we did some reading. It says here so hose number 1 runs to the water pump from the firewall. Hose number 2 runs to the top of the engine from the firewall. We want that one. We want hose 2. So the top of the engine to the firewall. Here's the top of the engine. There's the firewall. So now we gotta find where our heater core line goes. Okay, we're gonna check the manual. Be right back. Okay, big fucking shocker. The manual told us nothing. So I guess I'm just stuck with whatever small brain power I have to figure this one out. Or I could call Lotus again and ask where the fuck this thing is. Yep, that's a game plan. Right, update. We're skipping this.
Going straight to the reservoir, filling it, listening. We need this thing. Boop. Beautiful. Okay, so we need that thing. So we're gonna fill up, we're gonna listen closely. If I hear stuff coming out, I'm digging. I'm gonna find out where it's coming from. All right, here we go. So here's what our geniuses at AutoZone recommended. Give it a nice shake up, make sure it's all good. All right, do not remove pressure cap, no shit, okay. Yep, with engine off, remove cap, empty, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Great, let's go. Pop this boy open. Alright, let's listen. Not hearing anything yet, there's barely anything in the car, so. Alright, that's it. We are filled. Let's clean up. Yeah, I don't hear any preliminary leaks, but that honestly means fuck all. As soon as that system gets pressurized, it'll push it. Alright, we're gonna let it run for a little bit, wait till the car's hot, and see what happens. Then we go ahead and take it out for a little drive, heat up the car, come back in here, check temps, check everything, try to blow some AC and see if it gets cold. Alright, so the AC is running pretty okay right now. I assume it still needs a recharge anyway, even if the coolant problem is fixed. The car's still heating up, it's not to like ambient driving temperature yet. And throw some gas in it and just drive it around for like an hour. Probably stay, well, not probably, stay nearby, make sure that you know, I'm within home shot, throw it in the garage if anything. Well, gas is not too bad, 307. Wow, it's probably cheaper, but we're going to V-Power Nitro. Filled up. Ready to go. These have got to be the worst designed lights ever. You cannot tell if this is on or off. Is that on? I don't know. I just clicked the button. Definitely doesn't look like that one. Is that on? Ready? Is that off? I don't know. Here we are. We're just guessing. There actually is a little light in there. Believe it or not. That is on. I mean, it literally looks nothing like that one. Why don't they all look like, why aren't they blue? Anybody could see a blue LED. What is this red shit, man? We're still running ambient, so good sign. I'm gonna stop by the house and pick up a little temperature reader so I can stick it in the AC vent and see what it's pushing out of there. I really doubt it's anything under like 77 degrees. It's probably higher than that, honestly. Coolant levels are holding steady. Don't see anything coming out the overflow. I think we're chilling for now. And car is definitely hot because those are hot. So for now, we are good. 77 degrees. Aircon was hot. It was holding at like 77, 78. And then turned off the AC to show my roommate that the AC light is fucking terrible. Kicks up to 89 degrees, and then it was holding at 88 while we drove home. So that was pretty rough, but I did just check the radiator level again, or the reservoir level again. It's still holding at the same thing it was. We're about there. Only thing I hear is the exhaust cooling. I don't hear any dripping. For now, we're gonna call it resolved. Check back every like week or so, make sure it looks all right. But We're gonna call that a problem fixed. I'm gonna get in the Genesis, drive over to AutoZone again, and recharge this fucking AC. Believe it or not, I feel cooler walking outside than in that car. It's like a sauna in there. I mean, I am wearing a sweatshirt because I'm a fucking idiot. At least out here, it's like cool wind, you know? We got the recharge kit. It was a ton of fucking money. It was $50, so $50 in a can. Hopefully it works. All right, we've gone shirtless. It's too hot for this in here. Temperature inside the garage is 91 degrees. That's probably backwards, but it's almost 92. So I read online that the charge port is under the wheel well here in the front. The AC is recharged. We're running at 60.2 degrees with no air going past the fans, so that is well within reason. I'm okay with 60.2 degrees, and I put it at about 35 psi, so I'm good with that. Bitch to get back here, but your AC recharge kit on an Evora, or the low pressure and high pressure are right here. See, I still have the low pressure valve cover off. So it's right here behind your wheel well. Just putting the whole thing back up. Went to put my tools away and low pressure cap. Fuck my life. But I was able to just pull back one part of it, put it back in there. Just be careful if you guys ever do this because your high pressure line gets really, really hot and you don't want to burn yourself on that. This is about 6 hours after. Radiator level is pretty much holding at the seam. I mean, it's got 3/8 inches down from it, which is what factory calls for. Like I said, I'm gonna monitor it over like a week or so. I'm starting to think this car could use a AC recharge too. If it's not moving, it's not cold, honestly. So, who knows? Maybe it could use one. I'm selling it anyway. Maybe they could just do it and I'll save my AC recharge since it was, $50. If you live in Florida and you don't go to Publix Deli to get your meats and cheeses, you need to reevaluate your life because Boar's Head meats and cheeses are supreme. So here's the buffalo chicken. $10 for like a pound. Can't beat that. And we just got some pepper jack or something like that. No, it's actually jalapeno Havarti. Gotta go with the mayonnaise. I know there's some mayonnaise haters out there, but I don't know what you would eat instead. What do you put butter on your sandwiches, you fucking freaks? Yeah, so we gotta go with the mayonnaise and some tomatoes. Cut them in half. Throw it on the sandwich. Throw some salt and pepper on there to make you feel like you're a deli worker. Eat. All right, showered, ate, ready for work. Walking in the garage, grab my sun pass, tolls, and that's pretty much it. All right, so that is a wrap on the 3-day roller coaster of buying this car. First I thought I had to go all the way down to Boca, and then everything ended up working out. Then we find out there's no coolant in the car. Think that maybe it's a leak. Still might be, but there's no way to find out there's no way to know until some of it disappears or doesn't. And then the AC. So probably the simplest stuff you can do to your car, but I'm driving to Florida. There's no way I'm driving without AC. So, oh, it is really cold, by the way. Feels really nice. Off to work. See you on the next video.